For years, we've been told calcium supplements are essential for strong bones. After 60, it almost feels automatic.
Right. The doctor suggests them, pharmacies are full of them, and magazines show smiling seniors holding those pills with total confidence.
And on the surface, it makes sense. Stronger bones, fewer fractures, staying independent longer.
But here's what doesn't always get mentioned. Some research suggests calcium supplements don't always go where we expect.
Instead of strengthening bones, excess calcium can end up building in arteries or kidneys, and it may interfere with other minerals your heart and muscles rely on.
That's unsettling, especially when millions of people take these pills every morning, believing they're protecting their health.
And the tricky part is the warning signs aren't always obvious. It can be subtle: extra fatigue, muscle cramps at night, or constipation that seems to come out of nowhere.
Most people just assume that's normal aging, when in some cases, supplements are actually working against each other.
And that's the bigger issue. The supplement world has become incredibly confusing.
Thousands of products promise energy, protection, and longevity. It's a massive industry built on the idea that more pills mean better health.
But after 60, the body usually needs less guesswork and more balance.
That's exactly what this video is about. We'll break it down clearly: 4 common supplements that may quietly undermine health later in life, and 4 that are backed by solid, peer-reviewed research.
No hype, no miracle claims. Just practical information.
Before we begin, we'd love to hear from you. Share your age, where you're listening from, and which supplements you take daily.
Now let's start with number 4 on the caution list. This one surprised almost everyone.
Iron supplements are one of those things that really surprise people. Many seniors assume that if they feel tired or weak, iron deficiency must be the cause.
That's understandable. Fatigue shows up, and iron is often the first thing prescribed.
Exactly. But unless anemia is clearly confirmed with blood tests, taking iron after 60 can do more harm than good. The body has no easy way to get rid of excess iron, so it just builds up.
And that buildup isn't harmless, is it?
Not at all. Excess iron creates oxidative stress that damages organs like the liver and pancreas. Large studies show higher rates of liver problems and diabetes in seniors taking iron without a real deficiency.
Margaret's case really shows this. She was exhausted, put on iron without proper testing, and her levels were already high.
Right. After stopping the iron and lowering her levels, her symptoms improved, and her energy actually came back. It's a clear example of how more isn't always better.
Vitamin E falls into that same category.
Yes, it's been marketed for decades as a powerful antioxidant, especially for seniors. But high doses, particularly synthetic vitamin E, can disrupt the body's antioxidant balance and interfere with vitamin K.
Which explains why some people bruise easily or heal slowly.
Exactly. When doses are reduced and natural forms are used, those problems often resolve.
And then there's calcium, probably the biggest shock for most people.
Calcium itself isn't the issue, but calcium carbonate is. After 60, lower stomach acid means it's poorly absorbed and more likely to end up in arteries or kidneys instead of bones.
Linda's story really stuck with me. Years of calcium supplements, then kidney stones and arterial calcification. And once she switched forms and focused more on food, her bone health actually improved.
But the most concerning one might be high-dose vitamin A.
Absolutely. Retinol builds up over time and can weaken bones by interfering with vitamin D. Seniors often get too much without realizing it.
James thought he was doing everything right, yet ended up with severe bone loss.
And once he removed excess vitamin A, his bone density improved, something rarely seen at that age.
The good news is that not all supplements are harmful.
Exactly. Magnesium is a great example. It supports muscles, sleep, blood pressure, and helps calcium work properly. Yet many seniors are deficient.
Patricia's cramps, constipation, and blood pressure all improved once she addressed her magnesium levels.
It really comes down to this: supplements aren't one size fits all.
Right. After 60, being informed, choosing the right forms, and avoiding the more is better mindset can make all the difference.
Let's talk about vitamin D3 for a moment, because this one is often misunderstood. First off, D3 isn't really a vitamin at all. It acts more like a hormone and influences thousands of genes in your body.
And after 60, it becomes much harder to get enough naturally. The skin produces far less vitamin D from sunlight. And if you live farther north, winter sun basically gives you nothing.
Exactly. That's why so many seniors are deficient without realizing it. But here's the part most people miss. Taking vitamin D3 alone can actually cause problems.
How so?
Vitamin D3 boosts calcium absorption. That sounds good, but without vitamin K2, that calcium doesn't know where to go. Instead of ending up in bones, it can settle in arteries and organs.
So D3 without K2 is like half a solution?
More like a car without steering. K2 activates proteins that guide calcium into bones and keep it out of blood vessels. And the MK7 form of K2 is especially effective because it stays active much longer in the body.
There's solid research on this too, right?
Yes, a recent study showed seniors taking D3 together with K2 increased bone density while actually reducing arterial calcification. The group taking D3 alone improved vitamin D levels, but their artery calcification got worse.
That's a huge difference. And there were other benefits too?
Fewer infections, less joint pain, better overall resilience. It's one of those combinations where the whole is clearly better than the parts.
George's story really illustrates that. He was severely deficient, dealing with pain, frequent illness, even fractures.
Right, high dose D2 barely helped him. But once he switched to daily D3 with K2, his levels normalized, his pain dropped dramatically, he stopped getting sick, and his bone density actually improved.
That's impressive, especially at his age.
It really shows how important the right form and the right combination are. And this next supplement we're about to talk about might surprise people even more because most doctors have barely heard of it yet.
Now, this next one is where things get really interesting. PQQ. It's actually the only nutrient ever discovered that can help the body create new mitochondria in aging cells.
And mitochondria are the cell's power plants, right?
Exactly. They produce the energy that keeps everything running. The problem is, between ages 40 and 70, we lose about half of them. That's a big reason why energy, focus, and stamina drop so noticeably with age.
So PQQ doesn't just protect what's left.
No, that's the remarkable part. It protects existing mitochondria, but it also triggers the creation of new ones. That's something almost no other nutrient does.
I'm guessing that's why most people and even doctors haven't heard of it yet.
That's right. It was only identified as essential for human health in the early 2000s, but the science behind it is impressive. It's an extremely powerful antioxidant, and unlike most antioxidants, it can keep working over and over instead of being used up.
And it has a strong effect on the brain too, doesn't it?
Yes, PQQ helps protect brain cells from oxidative damage and supports nerve growth factor, which is crucial for memory and cognitive function after 60.
There's good clinical data on this as well.
There is. In a controlled study, seniors taking a small daily dose showed significant improvements in cellular energy production. Even more striking, cognitive test scores improved, especially memory and processing speed. Brain imaging also showed better blood flow to areas most affected by aging.
And people actually felt the difference?
They did. Participants reported more steady energy throughout the day without feeling jittery or overstimulated.
Helen's story really brings that to life. She felt stuck in a constant fog and needed daily naps just to get through the afternoon.
Yes, and after a couple of months using PQQ along with COQ10, her energy and mental clarity came back. She was sharper, more active, and able to keep up with her grandchildren again.
That combination makes sense. PQQ helps create new mitochondria, and COQ10 helps them work efficiently.
Exactly. It's a powerful pairing. And what's even more surprising is that the next supplement on our list may outperform some prescription medications, something very few people expect.
Now let's talk about the number one supplement on the list, omega-3s, specifically EPA and DHA. This one has more science behind it than almost anything else in aging research.
That makes sense. The brain is mostly fat, and DHA is a huge part of that structure.
Exactly. And after 60, the body can barely convert plant-based omega-3s into EPA and DHA at all. That's why direct supplementation becomes so important for both brain and heart health.
But dose really matters here, doesn't it?
It does. Most supplements contain far too little. For real benefits, you need enough EPA to control inflammation and enough DHA to support the aging brain. And interestingly, many products get the balance wrong, giving more EPA when older brains actually need more DHA.
That's where algae based omega 3s really stand out.
Yes, they're concentrated, clean, and free from mercury and microplastics. Large studies show that seniors taking proper doses of EPA and DHA have fewer heart events, slower cognitive decline, and much lower inflammation.
Some of the aging data is pretty remarkable too.
It is. People with higher omega 3 levels actually show biological aging markers that look several years younger than their real age.
Richard's story really shows what that looks like in real life.
Absolutely. His triglycerides dropped dramatically, his joint pain eased, and his memory noticeably improved, all without medication.
So, when you step back and look at everything we've covered, it becomes pretty clear.
Yes, some supplements quietly work against your health over time, while others can genuinely support energy, mental clarity, and independence after 60.
And the real surprise is that the difference might already be sitting in your own medicine cabinet.
Exactly. Simply checking labels, removing the harmful ones, and choosing the right supplements more thoughtfully can change how you age.
And if this conversation got you thinking, there's something important we want to point you to next.
In another video, we break down 10 blood test mistakes seniors over 60 make.
It connects directly to what we discussed today, especially when it comes to heart health and common medications like vitamin supplements, things many people take without realizing how timing and testing can completely change the results.
If you care about getting accurate information and avoiding unnecessary scares, that video is a must watch.
And if content like this helps you feel more confident about your health, make sure to subscribe to the channel Longevity Step.
We share clear, practical guidance to help you stay strong, sharp, and independent for years to come.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next video.